on the show one of the nicest local hip hop artists out there. Go by the name of Waltreclay. He's with me right now. What's going on, man? I first saw you perform. It was at the Foundation 2-year anniversary show. First time I seen you perform. I'm like, damn, this white boy can spit, man. I'm like, okay. And, I've been a fan of yours ever since. I've seen you a couple more times at the Foundation. And we'll just get into the Foundation stuff first because that's how I first heard of you. You've been a very active performer there. Shout out to Just Me and Shicey Christ for what they do.
Yeah, mad love to Just Me, Shicey Christ album, and everybody out there that put that stuff on, man. They're the guys.
So what's it like to be a part of that, the Foundation, being part of that for majority of the 2 years that they've been on?
I gotta say, man, like, the first time that I stepped up, like, getting ready to spit, over at the Foundation, they had all the old heads out there. So it was sort of like one of those nerve-wracking things, like, oh, God, am I going to measure up to everybody else? It was a little bit wild, but I don't know. I love being a part of it every single month. It's like one of the things that I look forward to most in the month,
Absolutely, and it's probably the most active hip hop show in Lexington, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. It's like a whole little family down there at this point. We got the Valley Boys and Cobb and Patrick that come out almost every single time. We always link up and vibe with them and stuff.
I definitely like the vibe of the Lexington hip hop scene for guys like you, Fred C, Baghdad, Ransom. So many artists, Divine Kawama, who got the album coming out. I'm definitely going to pre-order that. I read on the event page you're going to be attending that listening session, aren't you?
Yeah, I talked to Divine. We had this, the Lexington Live Rock the Mic MC thing. It happened Friday the 30th of September. I talked to Divine personally over there, and I was just like, yo, man, is there any way that I could get a spot in your listening party? And it was an honor, man. He welcomed me with open arms.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the nicest guys, and he gets enough credit for being a talented artist. He definitely needs to get credit for what he does in the community.
Yeah, dude, I love doing stuff with him in the community. I feel like it's a privilege every single time I get the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely, and he does all types of shows, and he's all over the place, man. And I'm happy for him, and I definitely look forward to seeing everyone at the listening session that's coming Friday. It's gonna be a lovely evening. And
yeah, man, I can't wait to see you there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there for sure. Now, I checked out your SoundCloud, man, and you have a boatload of music. You got EPs, you got full-length CDs, you got the TSODB stuff on there too. I want to talk about in particular the Half Car Will Travel EP. Amazing record, man. And
man, thank you. I appreciate it.
And just before that you called in, I played Honey Coffee. I love that record.
Man, Honey Coffee was absolutely my favorite one on the track to do.
Yeah.
Or on the EP. I thought that I was the only one out there who that's my favorite one on that tape,
Hey, that beat was knocking. And you went in on that record. I also like Squad Up with Devin Roberts. That's a monster track right there.
Thank you, man.
I dug it, man, for sure. You got any more music on the way, man, or you just gonna chill out for the rest of the year? Cause you put a lot of work, man.
I got a couple singles that I've mentally constructed, and everything, but haven't put them down to the booth. I'm sort of working on compiling together a full length for, I'm probably going to drop it around 2017. I'm not too sure when yet, but like getting together all the rough tracking and stuff for that. Iggy, my best buddy right now, Tiny, we're putting together, I think it's like an 8 or 9 track that we're going to be putting out before the end of 2017. That'll be his debut tape. It's got me on like 4 songs of it, I believe, and then we got our other squad member, Ryan Hatcher, RH Unknown. He'll be making appearances in there.
Oh yeah, shout out to Iggy, shout out to the rest of the crew, man. Like,
oh yeah, man, shout out to everybody out there, fucking Leo and Iggy and RH and Mirage and whole squad, you know.
yes, indeed. Who are some of your influences as an artist that inspires you to do what you do?
I think the biggest one I would say is definitely Chance. People tell me that they can hear like elements of Chance in some of my songs and everything. But when I heard acid rap the first time back in, I think it was 2013, I was like inspired. You know, it changed the way that I thought about music. Newer guys. I've been listening to a lot of J-Rob recently. He's like this SoundCloud OG producer up there in the depths of the internet, and his stuff is amazing, man. Everybody should go check him out.
I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on that for sure.
Yeah, if I'm lucky enough, hopefully we might be able to make a song together eventually. We'll see how that goes.
Absolutely, man. So, one thing people talk about hip hop is that it could be very competitive. Like people want to strive to be the best or whatever, and I get all that. Um, as an artist, I mean, how's it feel, man? Like when you do shows and artists get a chance to listen to you and see you spit, like do you get that sense of competitiveness when you go to shows and people performing and things like that, or do you think it's all love and whatever?
Man, I try and keep it all love as much as I can. You know, like every time I step up on the stage, I'm always trying to connect with my audience, and part of that is me doing the whole like awkward things that make me me. You know, like stuttering over the mic and different stuff like that, not moving to the beat. But like, I guess in terms of competitiveness, you know, I've always tried to make my music as non-competitive as possible because, like, I found when I was playing sports as a kid, I was always awful at it, and I thought it was because I was watching the other players, you know, watching how they move, never focusing on myself. So, like, I try and do it a little bit different. That's why I like music. It's a free-form art as compared to, like, you know, we can get competitive and, like, be talking our stuff, you know, on stage, but at the end of the day, it's all still love. You know, we all still doing it for the love of the music.
That's true, man, and you know, I definitely see the love that artists show towards each other in Lexington. You know, considering how competitive hip hop can get at times. So, you know, and I'm all for the competitors as long as it's not.
Yeah, dude,
You know,
it's what brings out the best,
yeah,
like, parts of it, you know?
yeah. You know, I'm all for that. You know, for the competitive element, as long as there's no drama, people hurting anyone physically, whatever, then, you know, go out there, do your thing. You know,
Yeah, dude.
everyone's trying to, you know, do what they love to do and to perform and to entertain. You know, that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. Um, Now, I will ask you this from a fan standpoint. I feel like the mainstream hip hop side is turning to mumble rap. Um, but fortunately, I listen to local music more than I listen to mainstream. I will ask you as a fan, you know, you probably listen to those stations while you delivering pizzas and whatnot.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, sure.
so, I mean, what's your take on the state of hip hop as it is, And what do you prefer to see more of as we get into a new year?
Man, I mean, like, that's a question that I don't know how to answer. I know everybody has their opinions about, like, Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert and everything, but personally, I really like Lil Yachty. Like, I listen to his wave of music. You know, he's been linking up with good producers, and the producers, they're about his stuff, so who am I to say different, you know? But I can understand where people, like, get, or what's the word, I guess? I can understand where people find problems in that, because it's like, I'm tripping over myself right now. I can understand why people find problems in it, just because, like, it's a really different style, and not all of the lyrical content is necessarily, like, I guess, quality per se, but I feel like to some extent it's all about musical flow, you know, just the way that the groove makes you move. And Lil Yachty makes me move the right way, so.
I mean, I guess with me, as long as I can understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, you know, it's like channeling my inner Chris Tucker from Rush Hour, then, you know, then that's cool or whatever. I mean, but me personally, I lean towards the you, to Divine, to Iggy, to DA, the S Poke, to Mike Hero.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Hero and S Poke.
And, you know, and just to Devin, and I mean, I can go forever with these artists that I've got a chance to see and hear, and what y'all bring to the table. So, now for people that wants to hear your music and get in touch with you social media wise, why don't you go ahead and promote your links and where people can listen to your songs?
All my stuff right now is up on Waltreclay's SoundCloud. It's soundcloud.com/Walt, or Wal, WALTRECLAY. And that's the same with Facebook right now. Twitter is Clay Sucks, I believe. And I think that's all I got.
Okay, we gotta talk about that Twitter handle. Like, why are we going with Clay Sucks? Or is it more than that? I need an exclamation.
I don't know, man. I used to jokingly tell people it was because I had self-esteem problems as a kid and everything, but I just made it when I was 16 because I couldn't think of anything else, and I just stuck with it.
Okay, fair enough. But it was great having you on. Thank you so much for your time, and continued success, and I'll see you this coming Friday, man, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on the show, Kenny. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. You have a good night. Have a great weekend.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye.